Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to Ladies Night Radio. What's good, baby girl?
Hi, it feels so good to be back on, you guys. You guys have no idea. This is Ladies Night Radio with your host. I am baby girl from the 813 and Miss Danaya. This is a really, really wonderful show that we have planned out for you guys tonight. We got a wonderful topic, wonderful guest who is on the line. But this episode is brought to you by HaleySmall.com. I'm going to need you to go and check her out. She is off the chain. She's been singing at the Blue Jays games at the age of 10, and then she blew up from there. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Haley Small in the house tonight. How are you doing, Mama?
Hey, I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
No problem. Oh my goodness! So I hope I got some of your bio right. But for those of the listeners and the callers who don't know who you are, give them a little something about yourself.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just, I'm an R&B singer. I've been doing this for a while now, ever since I was, pretty young, and I just been, just writing and performing different places. And currently, right now, I'm represented by DTP's management company, Ebony Sons. So I'm just working on material with them in Atlanta and stuff like that. I live in Toronto, but I'm back and forth between Toronto and Atlanta, just working on new material and, just grinding, trying to make it all come true. So.
Wow,
That's awesome. That's what's up.
You're from Toronto. You're not even from the U.S., yo. That's hot.
No, yeah, I'm from Toronto, Canadian.
So what do you say the biggest difference between Toronto and Atlanta is?
Oh man, I mean, I don't want I don't say anything bad. I love Toronto. Like, Toronto's my hometown, and I live in the suburbs outside of Toronto, but I mean, Toronto, the GTA, that's definitely where I'm from, and I love it here, but I love Atlanta. I definitely just love it there. I just think there's such a real sense of, like, Southern hospitality, and the people are just really, really cool. And as far as, like, music-wise, the vibe is just, it's so different. People are just, like, really, really into, like, R&B there, whereas, like, in Toronto, there's definitely, like, a come-up since years before of, like, new R&B singers that are trying to really get things going, but in Atlanta, it's just the heart of it, and so going down there and really being surrounded by people who love the same kind of music that I do, and people who have accomplished so much and are just, like, always grinding and trying to get things done and living out the dream is pretty awesome. So
I feel it. So, like, with you being from Toronto and, some of the singers that are in the industry now are from Canada, do you think Canada will be taking over the new R&B scene?
I'm hopeful. I'm definitely hopeful for it. I think that we're definitely in a better place now than we were when it comes to R&B and pop music. And, like, shout out to the people who've kind of, like, set the landmark for it. It would be awesome. It would be awesome because I know that there's a lot of talent here, and there's a lot of people who, want to break out of Canada, and a lot of people in Canada would feel like, if I was just in the States, it would be a lot easier, and, but it would be nice for it to be big enough in Canada where people could just, like, feel cool in their own country and feel like, like, I can make it from here. There's really, like, a fan base here. There's really, like, a support system here, So, hopefully.
Definitely. What would you say is your biggest motivation when it comes to music? Like, what keeps you going? Because it is a grind, and it is one of those things where it's like, okay, you know how hard it is to make it and all that kind of stuff. So what is that driving force that makes you say, I'm going to get this done, and I'm going to be a star?
I think it's just my love for music. Like, it's definitely a hard game to be in, because, out of all the people in the world that want to make it in music, only a select few really do end up like really making their dreams come true to like the that a big like a large extent. But it's the love of music. It's just like I've always loved music ever since day one. It was just in me, I love listening to music. I love singing. I love writing. I love working with people on music. So it's just like, even if I never made a cent from it, I would still do it. So I think that's really the driving force, is like every day it's somewhat musical for me. So when you have that love for something and its possibility to make that your life and make that your career and make it so that you can just do that for the rest of your life and, and not have to worry about anything else, and to accomplish that would be just like an amazing dream come true for me. So I think that's the driving force, really.
I feel you. So do you think that, you having a sneak peek of the industry of what it's going to be like, do you think that when you drop your singles and, make it big out here in the U.S., because I have a feeling, because your voice like that is so pretty. I'm not even going to lie.
Oh, thank you.
It is so beautiful. Like, I went to your website, and I am gassing you up right now, and it's very hard to impress me, so I'm just letting you know you dope. But, like, with all how the rumors are saying that, with the industry being commercialized, will you, and I'm asking this as a personal question, like, will you, like, kind of be with the crowd just so you can sell your music, or are you going to stay true to yourself?
I want to stay true to myself. I really do. I've been in situations in younger days, because I've been working with management and in studios since I was very young, since I was around 10, 11, 12, and I had a management team at one point who kind of wanted to push me in a different direction. I've always loved R&B, since I was a kid, and I love, pop music as well, but R&B was just my number one love, and, at one point, I think a lot of people felt like whatever it was, my look, my image, whatever it was, that, it would be a better market for me to just be straight pop, and I tried it out. I was young at the time, so it was like, I definitely wanted to continue doing music, and I looked up to the people that I was working with, so I valued their opinion, and I'm always open to try new things. But at the end of the day, it wasn't for me, and I was just like, I need to stay true to what I love. I need to stay true to what I love doing, and I've always been the type of person that is open to try things and open to take advice from people, but at the end of the day, if it doesn't make me happy, it's not worth it for me, no matter how many millions of dollars it makes me. It's just not worth it for me. Happiness is the key to life, so.
Amen to that.
Definitely. What artists that are in the industry do you look up to right now?
I think there's so many, but I think as a whole, an artist, like a female artist that I definitely look up to is Beyonce, just because she is, the way she carries herself, her talent. She's such a great performer. She's just a well-rounded artist, in my opinion. There's just, I don't see any cracks in her as an artist, as a person, as a representative of women. So I definitely look up to her. And then as far as males, there's so many. Music Soul Child, Neo, Stevie Wonder, even though he's been around, but he's just like one of my favorites. I love India.Arie. There's so many.
True that. And I know you have a style of your own. So what artist inspired your style? Not copycatting, because you're totally different from the undercover or underground and artists that are out there, but who inspired you, to have a certain style about it? Because it's not just R&B, you know what I'm saying? It has a little bit of soul to it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So what inspired your style?
I think it's been just I've drawn from a lot of different people growing up. I was a crazy Mariah Carey fan growing up, and so I think I took a lot of vocal tendencies from her, and then just like I said, listening to people like Music Soul Child and India.Arie and stuff like that, and then also the people that I work with is a big influence, on me. Just going to work with different people in Atlanta or writing with certain people or, collaborating with other artists, it definitely has influenced my style of singing, my style of music, and everything like that. So I think that's definitely been a huge influence, as well as, my musical influences growing up.
Awesome. Definitely. So that being said, who would you, if you could collab with any artist alive or dead, who would you want to collab with?
Girl, you stole my question.
I think right now I would love to collaborate with Frank Ocean.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I'm interested and I'm curious to know why.
I just think I'm so intrigued by his writing. I just think that it's so different, and I've listened to a lot of his, not just his own material, but like the tapes that leaked from just stuff that he was supposed to be writing for other people and stuff like that. And he's just written so many different types of music and drawn from so many different stories and stuff. Like, and I've watched interviews with him too, and he puts so much emphasis on being a storyteller when he writes songs, and I just think his mind is very intelligent and clever, and I would love for him to write a song for me or to sit down and write with him. That would just be amazing to me because, like I said, I just think his mind, when it comes to writing, he just seems like a very creative individual.
Right on. And this is Ladies Night Radio with our guest, Haley Small. And question, like when it comes down to this new video that is about to come out, when is it coming out? And when can we get the single for it?
Okay, so the video is coming out on Sunday. For people who don't know, I put something out every Sunday. I call it Small Sundays. My last name is Small, so that's where that comes from. And so I put out a teaser this Sunday that just passed. It's a video directed by Asante Film. He's a director, just local director from Toronto. He's really dope, and produced by an R&B artist from down here as well named Yuri Kohler, and written by him as well. So that's going to be out on Sunday, and it's dope, so I can't wait for everybody to see it.
Nice.
So, Vince, do you have any upcoming events, upcoming projects that are coming out? Let listeners know where they can get to know you from.
If you could, like I said, you could follow me on YouTube and on Twitter and all that kind of stuff. And upcoming projects, really, I'm just trying to get music out now. Like I've done a lot of covers on YouTube and stuff like that, just to, get myself out there and stuff. But I really want to show people what I'm all about with my own music. So I'm putting stuff out, and as well as just like working on stuff with my team and back and forth in Atlanta. So definitely, like I said, look out on Sundays because that's usually when I drop stuff, and just more music to come, really.
Very cool. So what's the favorite song that you've written so far?
Oh gosh, that's out.
Just in general, yeah, that's out.
Okay. I think probably it's called Whatever. I put it out a couple weeks ago, and I put a kind of like behind the scenes video to it from a photo shoot that I did. So I like the vibe. I just feel like it has a little bit of an old school vibe to it. But it's just laid back, like it's just got kind of like a feel good vibe. So I don't know, that song is definitely probably one of my favorites that I put out so far out of the few that I have.
Right on. And right about now, we're going to put in the boss guy of Next Legacy Radio, the Martin to Ladies Night Radio, Mr. I Am Brandon, in the house tonight alongside Baby Girl and Danaya and guest Haley Small. Brand! What it do, sir?
What's up, ladies? Hey, I already told Haley, on the side of the air that I'm a fan of her music, not just because, she's a beautiful young lady. A lot of it is because she's original with her delivery, with her music, and I just wanted to publicly put that out there and just give props up top to, someone that's really on her grind trying to be able to make a difference doing music. Because, you know, I'm listening to you talk, and I'm hearing that, you know, you're pulling in some of the new people, you know, some that I may or may not like, but also you're pulling in some classics like Stevie Wonder and stuff like that. So, you know, to me, I could tell you're a student of music in general, and I respect that deeply. So, you know, I gotta show you some love on that. And also, people, if you want to book this young lady or inquire about anything that is Haley Small, make sure you go to jdtp3@gmail.com. My question that I do have for you, though, is Ebony Sons Management. Give a little background on that, on your team that's in place right now. Like, you know, who's your front runners, and you know, who's the people that's behind the you know, yourself and the music that you're putting out as well.
Yeah, I mean, my manager, his name is Jay Dixon, and we've been working together for about 2 years now. Just kind of, you know, back and forth. At first, he was just kind of helping me get through some stuff musically in the business, and then we really started working together, and he's been awesome. Like, it's really, really hard, believe me when I tell you this, as an artist, to find somebody who's going to stand behind you 100%. And I found that, you know, after being managed by a lot of people who, you know, it was a difficult situation with, but he's definitely, like, he's been a major support when it comes to my career. And so we were working independently, just the two of us, just trying to, you know, grind and get things going, and recording a lot of music and taking trips to LA and New York and, you know, different showcases and stuff like that. And then just recently, this past summer, he spoke to his brothers, because his brothers are Shaka Zulu and Jeff Dixon from DTP, and they decided to bring the company on board for my project. So ever since then, I've just been going back to Atlanta and recording with, you know, different people in their studios and stuff like that, and it's been amazing. Like, it's been so far amazing experience just working with the people that I've gotten a chance to work with down there, and everybody there has been really, really supportive and just, like, awesome people to meet and work with. So I'm definitely confident in my team.
So you currently working with any heavyweight hitters in the industry right now, as far as you know, collaborations pending, or just in general? Well, I heard a name, but I don't know if I should throw that out there. But, you know, are you working with any, you know, big name people currently right now?
Currently, right now, I was in the studio when I was last in Atlanta. I was with Mass Pike Miles' team, and he's an artist from Boston. He's signed to Rick Ross's label. So we were working with him and his team. His team was dope. So, like, so amazing to work with. So that's one person. There, you know, there's a few people that may be in the works, but I mean, I'm hesitant to say just until it actually happens.
Yeah, I was going to say that, because, you know, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut then. I won't say no more as far as that goes. But a couple more questions I do have, and one is when it comes to just trying to be able to fit in this music industry where, you know, it's predominantly dominated by a lot of men. You know, and a lot of men in the industry tend to be superficial, and they look at you on the outside instead of your inner talent. How do you manage to deal with that kind of vibe that some people in the industry give off, and how do you align your team that really just kind of puts it out there, and you just got to really grind for legitimate people to work with you that got your best interest, instead of looking at you as just another pretty face?
I will tell you the solution to that, really. Well, one of the solutions, and that is my father. My dad has been my biggest supporter since I was a child. And as soon as he found out that I wanted to sing, he's done everything in his power to make sure that happens. Whether it comes to, you know, putting his job on the line, putting his time on the line, anything when it comes to me and my music. And I'm so grateful, because I wouldn't be where I am now if it weren't for my father. And The reason why I say that my father is the solution to that is just because having him around, which I do everywhere I go, everywhere I travel, I keep him around with me, and he really wants to be there. And so it just creates a level of respect for people, you know what I mean, to know that, first of all, I have that support, and second of all, you know, it's a male figure in my life that they can respect and knows that has my back, you know, instead of me just being a young female running around working with this person and that person. And, you know, it's hard. It's just like you said, it's really hard to trust people. It's, you know, it's predominantly a male's business. When I'm working with people, I'm usually the only female in the room. And, you know, my dad doesn't sit in sessions with me. He doesn't, you know, he's not like a monkey on everybody's back. But, you know, when I go down to Atlanta, he comes and he chills out. He does his own thing. He goes and he goes to the museums, or he goes to find places to eat and stuff like that. But it's just, you know, he's always in the same city as me, just to make sure that if I do need somebody or if I do need something, he's there, you know, and everybody knows that he's there as well. So
that's awesome.
It's been a big thing for me.
Shout out to Papa Small, though. Shout out to Papa Small. We love Papa Small. We love him. One more question, I'll let the ladies wrap it up. When it comes to just you, and I know you got your Ebony Sons team, and you know I want to be like the charter member of Team Haley, the fan club, the president, whatever. Like I'm trying to parlay that whole deal, right? Like when it comes to not just assembling your team and having your management and all this stuff, like what is your primary goal? Is your goal to sign a record label, or is your goal to really just kind of grind out independently and just really build your own empire that way?
Oh man, I mean, you know what? Either way is great. I think right now it would be cool to have the backing from a label. But you know, like I think at the stage that we're at right now is like we've just been trying to narrow down the music, and we've done that. Like off of the past couple trips, we've definitely gotten some really, really dope music recorded. So we're just trying to get feedback now and really like narrow out the game plan. But you know, if we can get it done ourselves, that would be awesome. If we can get a record company on board, that would be great as well. I think it's just going to come down to what we think is the best option once everything is kind of on the table and we know exactly where we're going with everything. So,
Team Haley Small, don't get it twisted. I'm signing up. I officially signed up. Good. Hey, I'm gonna put picket signs. I'm gonna get a team watch. You gonna see. Wow. You gonna be like, man, this dude's moving. You making moves. No, I love your grind. I love how you put it down. I just think that you know, the music world needs more people like you because, again, I like the fact that you are diverse. I mean, you'll tap into some of this current industry, but you're not going to soak yourself completely into that game, but you also respect the music people that followed you, and I think that's real big because I don't see a lot of young people appreciate the classics like a Stevie Wonder and a Marvin Gaye and stuff like that. So I love you for that.
Oh, thank
Team
you.
Haley. Team Haley.
We love you. Oh. It's a wrap. Danaya, go ahead and ask your last question before we let her go.
Oh my goodness, what would you say to a young singer now? Like, what advice would you give to a young singer right now?
I would just say keep going. It's hard. It's definitely hard, and there's definitely going to be moments where, you know, you cry your eyes out because of criticism that you've gotten from somebody, or you think you're this close to making it and you don't. But it just, like, people just need to realize, young artists just need to realize that it's a hard game to be in. It's not easy, and it doesn't happen like all these superstars that make it. You think, oh, they had such an easy journey. They made their music and they just walked into a record company and they were like, you're signed. No, like, it's difficult, and you fall 50,000 times before you finally make it, you know, and it's worth it to fall because you learn. So I would just say, you know, I have a 13-year-old cousin, and she is a great singer. I mean, I just see that she could definitely do something with her talent, and she recently auditioned for Canada's Got Talent and didn't make it past the auditions, and I heard that, she took it really hard, and I was just telling her the other day, I was just like, you can't stop. Like, you think just because it's your dream that everything is going to go perfect and it's written in the stars for you, and, you're just going to take the steps and everything's going to go the way that you want it to go, but it doesn't. It doesn't. But if you put in the hard work and you really stay true to yourself and you never give up, it'll happen. So that's my advice.
Wow. Yeah, that's real awesome. This is Haley Small, Ladies Night Radio. Before we let you go and before you shout out all your Twitter information one more time for our listeners, our topic tonight is about bullying. Mm-hmm. And we will want your opinion about it. Have you ever been bullied, or have you ever been a bullier in a certain situation? And we would just want you to share your story just for a couple minutes before we let you go.
Yeah, okay. So, it was crazy because when you guys tweeted me, I saw the bullying thing, and my friend, shout out to my friend Jordan. He does a lot for me, and he saw the bullying thing, so he was just like, did you hear about this? And he brought my attention to this whole Amanda Todd story. I don't know if you guys have heard about it, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I looked into it, and it's baffling to me, actually. I just kind of found out the whole story today, and I'm just like at a loss for words. It was really, really emotional for me to hear, as I'm sure it was for a lot of people. I have so many things to say about it, but yes, I have been. I think everybody to some extent has been a victim of bullying. Me and my friends in middle school and early high school were definitely victims of bullying. Luckily for me, it wasn't me on my own. It was me and my best friend. And for some reason there was some revolution against us in middle school. And we couldn't even go off for recess because the girls would be screaming from outside, just like really hateful names towards us all the time. And I remember me and her sitting in my room every day, just like, how can we get them to like us? Like, what did we do? Like, trying to plot, like, what we could do, what we could say, to make people like us again. I would sign on to MSN, when MSN was popular, because there was no Facebook or anything like that back then, but
they had groups.
And they would have our names in their MSN names, talking about us, saying like just really horrible things, and like I said, luckily it wasn't me by myself, because I think if it was me by myself, I would have been in a much worse place, because at least we had each other, and it followed us into high school. Like, I went to high school with the same people who did it, and they quieted down a little bit, but it was still this unspoken like thing where we weren't accepted by them, and it turned into just like me and my friends kind of isolating ourselves, but we had each other. So I didn't enjoy high school because of that kind of like bullying. But then when I hear this story about this girl and how cruel people were, it's baffling to me. It's insane, because and the most insane part about it is that this girl cried out for help publicly and nobody did anything about it, And it's like I didn't find out about this until today or yesterday. And I was like, my God, like if I would have seen that video before all of this happened, I think I would have reached out to her. I would have at least sent her a message or something. And it's like, it's just baffling to me that nobody did anything. And I mean, I know this happens a lot, but it's just, when you see a video like that and you really hear the story and you see it come from the person, it's just it's crazy. I mean, I think bullying is one of the worst things, and for some reason kids are like really mean at that age, like middle school and early high school. I don't know what it is. I think it's just because they don't realize how their words hurt other people, and that they kind of find unity in gathering together and hating somebody. It's like they become better friends, and they make friends off of hating somebody, and they don't realize that person is at home feeling depressed, and so they're really just thinking about how much fun they're having with each other by laughing and making fun of the person. And it's an awful thing. I really think that it's not like, I think that like schools and people need to really crack down on it, because like I said, this isn't the first case that this has happened, and it's happening way too often to too many people, and it needs to be taken way more seriously than it is.
Definitely.
Right on. And on behalf of Danaya and myself, and of course I am Brandon, we want to just thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedules just to talk and holler at us. We definitely appreciate you, and we definitely support you here at Next Legacy because your voice is beautiful, and it will take you far.
Thank you for having me.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Haley, you're how old?
21. I just turned 21.
Okay.
Shut up.
Yeah.
You got the in interview intelligent, like you don't sound like you're 21. I swear you like late early 30s, something like that. Like you got seem like you're like a wealth of knowledge. I ain't saying that like that. I'm just saying like so you got not saying that you're like super old, because you definitely don't look that way, but I'm just saying like in general, like I was just like, yo, this chick is real intelligent, real smart. I like that. That's hot. That's hot.
Thank you.
Team Haley all the way, baby. Team Haley. Team Haley. I'm with it. Team Haley. I'm over here smiling like I'm trying to get on the team. I'm trying to be a president, so I got to make sure I grind. I grind for Haley Small like I grind for myself. That's
all good to
that's
me.
what I got to do.
I got lots of room on my team.
So what I'm gonna do is tell the entire universe to make sure you follow Haley Small on Twitter at Haley Small. If you don't do it, you better do it, especially if you have Twitter. Follow this young lady, show support, and also hit her up on youtube.com/Haley Small as well. Check out some of the stuff that she has on there. Hey, beautiful voice. And again, Ebony Sons Management. If you want to holler at Haley on some real business, make sure you send the email at jdtp3@gmail.com. And, hey, Team Haley right here. Next Legacy got your back, baby.
Thank you guys so much.
We love you.
It was a pleasure speaking with you, man.
Many blessings, Haley Small, Ladies Night Radio.
Thank you guys. Thanks. Take care.
Next Legacy.